Hey guys, Akiva from CryptoSlate here. Got back from ECC last week and talked to some amazing people. And what I wanted to show you is a few clips from some of the top projects in the Ethereum space talking about when they think we could start making a move back towards a bull run.
$1 million question, but you personally, what sort of signs are you looking for signs that the market's about to reverse?
Not investment advice here. To me, I just look at the fact that developers are really just churning out these products continuously, right? And if you're always looking at the market and worried, well, the market's always going like this, so you can be worried a whole bunch of the time, right? To me, I'm very inspired by seeing all these new projects coming out, coming to a conference like this, seeing how excited people are, how people still want to collaborate and say, oh, Harvest Finance, yeah, we want to work with you guys, yield tokenization, AP Wine, or, Complify making new derivatives. There's all these new exciting things that are coming out that crypto definitely isn't dead. It's only if you're just so hooked into the monetary part of it and pricing that makes you feel uncomfortable. But if you look past that, the technology is exploding, and that's what makes me very excited.
This bear is different than others. Mm-hmm. Like this is the first time that a crypto market has really gone through what is a global economic event.
Bitcoin's never seen a recession before.
No, and it was, it came after the last Great Recession, and how it fares right now remains to be seen. And so, it's hard to we're a little bit in uncharted waters. This is going to test the resiliency of the ecosystem in ways that are not going to be quite as predictable as before. What I will say is that I think that I'm looking forward to seeing the next iteration of what NFTs become, because there was a lot of hype, there was a lot of it generated a lot of interest. The industry has changed because of it, some for the positive and some for the negative. But I think we have identified a number of things that can be innovated on and other use cases that the technology could be applied to beyond collectibles and art. Mm-hmm. And I'm interested in seeing where that goes and where that fits with where DeFi is going. Mm-hmm. And so once you start seeing those two things converge, I think that we're going to see another run.
Yes, definitely there's no certainty of when the turning point is, but I think, looking at long-term players in the space accumulating, I think that gives very good maybe an entry position, for example, where they think that the risk reward is fantastic and that these players, of course, you have to identify which players you want to follow and which players you think are forward-looking and long-term looking, and that's the players that I would personally follow as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, yourselves?
I would say look at smart money. So see what smart money is doing, whether they're buying or selling, what are they buying, what are they selling. And also particularly for NFTs, we have NFT indices. So we have subcategories as well, for art, for gaming, for metaverse, profile pics. We have categorized the different type of NFTs, and it's like an index. You can see the trend, whether it's going up or going down. So that could be a good place to start for an overview of the NFT market.
So I recall back in 2021 when we saw the NFT craze pick up, you had mini bull cycles, and then the volume dropped off, and then a much bigger bull cycle and the volume dropped off, and then finally, with the whole craze back sometime in July, I would look out for bumps in volume. So these kind of earlier cycles indicate the smarter money accumulating first, and then trading among themselves, and then that kind of spreads out through osmosis of information to the other market participants.
Supply is going to drive the return to a bull market, and what I mean by that is in the same way that DeFi summer came from specific protocol innovations. The next cycle is going to be driven by new protocol innovations. It's not just going to be a reversal of the mood of the users, even though for sure the inflation issues that we're seeing around the world first need to be resolved before people are able to spend money again. But so again, I think what's going to come next are new types of applications that we don't have today and didn't anticipate yet. And I think that's going to involve three things. First, DeFi protocols that are more capital efficient and rely less on magic money or early adopter rewards in order to create yield for their investors. Number two, blockchain games that have a real business model and are able to have sound monetization strategies that are sustainable. And number three, greater order of magnitude in terms of scalability. So 10x more scalability. And I think once those innovations and applications will be available again in the ecosystem sometime next year, then consumer interest is going to be rekindled.
As far as coming out of the bear market, I mean, I can't speak to that 100%, but what I will say is that in a bear market, there is a lot less hype, there is a lot less noise, and people can, have their heads down and build on things that are important and build the infrastructure for the Web3 of tomorrow. So we at MetaMask, we're doing that. We have snaps where we released it in January, and we have like over 600 unique developers building snaps. We even have a snaps grants program that we've created to possibly grant people for snaps that they are wanting to create. So we are definitely like just moving forward and keeping our heads down and building.
Okay, we're speaking at a time when Ethereum had a rally this week, but I don't really comment on the price. But what I see is the projects and the protocols still around at these conferences, still talking shop about what they're going to do, and what they're building. So I'm bullish on that. Token price can follow whenever the market's ready. But yeah, that's my advice. Yeah, no one's really checking the charts, and also even in talks, no one's really referring to the price chart. It's the least interesting thing actually, because at the end of the day, all of these protocols and projects, they're building applications. So what matters actually is a chart of adoption and users adopting it. Yes, occasionally they talk about the TVL and they'll look at the chart of the total value locked in a protocol. But yeah, no one's really talking at all about the price of Ethereum.
Okay, so that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.